Well, are participating in this election, general election, and our spirit is extremely high. Our candidate, Honorable Brian Mundubile, is extremely confident equally with regards to how we've conducted the election up to now. We're very confident we're scooping this one, we're winning these elections, as a matter of fact. However, we had a couple of concerns, especially with regards to the voter turnout in areas such as Southern Province, in areas such as Western Province, in areas such as Northwestern Province, and some parts of Central Province. The voter turnout was very, very low. We've never experienced anything like the way we've seen today with regards to the low voter turnout. And it's a bit concerning, it's a bit worrying that we should have these low voter turnouts, especially in these areas. And of course, we would want to equally appeal to the leadership of the NRPUP as well as the RRP leadership and the Total Opposing Alliance within the specific provinces, districts, and constituencies to ensure that now that we are counting the ballots, let's go back to the polling stations. We go back to the polling stations, we witness the counting of the ballots. We must ensure that we defend our democracy by ensuring that the voices of the people are heard. And that is a very critical issue. And we are also worried and concerned that there's been a spoons of violence coming from the UPND in different polling stations that has been experienced almost across the country. So we want to urge our colleagues from the UPND that this is an election. It's a battle of ideas. It's a contestation that will be won in the ballot. I think the violence you are trying to introduce is something that the Zambian people are not for the idea of. We do not want violence. We want to urge you, our colleagues, let's desist from this violence that you've started bringing. Your president is on record. The regime leader is on record, indicating that there shall be no violence in this election. And we want to encourage them to ensure that they stop the violence that they have started bringing. This is not the country we want, where there will be violence and the violent should be able to determine the election. No, we have said no to that, and we want to encourage our members and every citizen to pay much attention, much particular attention to ensure that your vote is not grabbed or your vote is not stolen by anyone. Because in a democracy like this one, every vote must count. Every situation that requires that a vote must count should count. It's part of good governance. It's part of good democracy. We should be graduating from such kind of politics. And what we are saying today is we want to encourage the Zambian people to go back to those polling stations and man your votes. Ensure that your vote is counted. Ensure that no one steals your vote. And that is very critical. And I think in this case, we would want to urge everyone who means well for this country to ensure that they get back to those polling stations right this moment. Let them go and witness the counting of the votes. It is by law that we must all protect and defend our democracy. Article 5 of the Constitution is very clear. Let us all defend the Constitution of the Republic. An election is a constitutional movement. It's a constitutional duty by all of us. So I also wish to thank the Zambian people for turning up in numbers in Lusaka, Copperbelt, Luapula, Muchinga, Northern Province, Eastern Province, to mention but a few. They turned out in numbers and they have given us very good indications. So we would want to request the Zambians today to go back to those polling stations and ensure that we guard our votes. It's extremely critical. And at this point, I want to also reiterate that violence should never be allowed to determine the outcome of any election in this country. So, colleagues, we leave everything in the hands of God for now, but we have done our part, we have casted our vote. Now is the time for all of us to go and protect the vote. The protection of the vote is a responsibility of each and every person in this country. It is up to you and myself to ensure that we protect this sport. Otherwise, thank you very much.